Welcome back to Intimacy Unlocked. Now look, we talk a lot about relationships on this channel. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And sometimes the ugly truth is that you're in a relationship that's toxic, draining, even abusive. Today, I'm revealing 5 warning signs that you're being emotionally abused by a woman. Signs that many men miss until it's too late. These aren't the obvious red flags like screaming matches or physical violence. These are quiet psychological tactics that slowly break down your confidence and identity. They creep in slowly, disguised as love or concern. You start to question yourself, your worth, even your sanity. But let me tell you something. You deserve respect. You deserve a partner who lifts you up, not tears you down. So let's dive in and expose these subtle signs of emotional abuse. Have you ever been in a relationship where you feel like you're always walking on eggshells? You know what I'm talking about. Before you even open your mouth, you're worried about how she'll react. You second-guess yourself, your jokes, even your text messages. You avoid certain topics not because they're wrong, but because you're afraid she'll twist them into a fight. At first, it feels like you're just keeping the peace. You tell yourself you're being the bigger man. But over time, you become a watered-down version of yourself. You stop sharing your thoughts, your feelings, your dreams. You become a shell of the man you used to be. Listen, her mood shouldn't dictate the entire atmosphere of the relationship. If she's upset, you shouldn't automatically feel responsible. That's not love, that's control. She's trained you to believe that her reactions are your fault. And that's how she slowly makes you smaller and smaller in the relationship until you barely recognize yourself. You start to doubt your own judgment, your own intuition. You question everything about yourself. Let me be crystal clear. This isn't just a rough patch. This is emotional control. In a healthy relationship, you shouldn't have to tiptoe around your partner like you're walking through a minefield. You should feel safe, respected, and free to be yourself. Now let's talk about gaslighting. Gaslighting is a particularly insidious form of emotional abuse that messes with your mind. It's a way of manipulating you into questioning your own reality, your own memories, even your own sanity. Here's how it works. You try to talk to her about something that hurt you, something she said or did. But instead of taking responsibility, she denies it ever happened. She says things like, "That never happened," or "You're imagining things," or my personal favorite, "You're overreacting." Suddenly, you become the problem. You're too sensitive, too demanding, too crazy. And the more she repeats these lies, the more you start to doubt yourself. You start to wonder if you are overreacting. Maybe you did misinterpret things. Maybe it wasn't that bad. But it's not just denial. She might even twist things further, accusing you of cheating, lying, or being the one who's emotionally unstable. She might tell you that you're the abuser, and she's the victim. The more confused you are, the more power she has. The goal of gaslighting is to make you dependent on her version of reality. It's about breaking down your sense of self until you don't trust your own thoughts or feelings. Now, gaslighting is a serious issue, and I've done a whole video on it with tips on how to spot it and protect yourself. I'll link to it in the description below. Be sure to check it out after this. Chapter 3. Here's another sign you might be in an emotionally abusive relationship. Your confidence has taken a nosedive. Think back to before this relationship. Were you more confident? Did you feel good about yourself? Did you feel respected and secure in who you were? Emotional abuse chips away at your self-esteem little by little. It's a slow drip of criticism, comparisons, and passive-aggressive jokes that eat away at your confidence like battery acid. She might say things like, "Why can't you be more like so-and-so?" Or, "You used to be so much more attractive," or "Don't wear that shirt, it makes you look fat." And even if she laughs it off or says she's just kidding, it still cuts deep. It still plants seeds of doubt in your mind. So what happens? You start changing yourself to try to win her approval. You hit the gym, you chase success. You try to become the man you think she wants. But here's the thing. Nothing is ever enough. She keeps moving the goalposts, finding new things to criticize, new ways to make you feel inadequate. And that's the point. She needs you to feel insecure because the smaller you feel, the more power she has. Don't fall for it. Your worth isn't determined by her opinion of you. You are valuable, you are worthy of love, and you deserve to be with someone who sees that. Chapter 4. In a healthy relationship, affection is a beautiful thing. It's a natural expression of love, care, and connection. It's given freely, not used as a bargaining chip. But with an emotionally abusive woman, affection becomes a weapon, a way to control you and keep you in line. Here's how it works. When you do what she wants, when you make her happy, she showers you with affection. She's warm, loving, even sexual. She makes you feel like you're on top of the world. But the moment you step out of line, the moment you set a boundary or express frustration, she goes cold. She shuts down emotionally, ignores you, and withholds affection. This hot and cold behavior creates a powerful cycle of reward and punishment. You learn that love and affection are conditional, that you only get them when you behave the way she wants. You start walking on eggshells, constantly trying to please her, just to get a crumb of that affection. This isn't love, folks. This is manipulation. And it keeps you trapped in a cycle of need and validation, always chasing after her approval and losing touch with your own needs in the process. Chapter 5. Let me tell you something. Guilt is a powerful weapon, and emotionally abusive women, they're masters at wielding it. If she's upset, it's your fault. If she's unhappy, you're to blame. If she cheats, it's because you weren't giving her enough. Somehow, someway, you always end up apologizing, even when you're the one who's been hurt. You hear things like, "If you really loved me, you'd do this." Or, "I can't believe you're making me feel this way." Or, "After all I've done for you, this is how you treat me." These guilt trips are designed to make you feel responsible for her emotions, her actions, even her happiness. They're a way to control you by making you feel bad about yourself. At first, you might try to defend yourself. You might try to explain your side of the story. But over time, you get tired of fighting. You give up. You start to internalize her words and you carry that guilt like it's your burden to bear. And that's exactly what she wants. Because guilt keeps you in line. It keeps you from questioning her behavior, from setting boundaries, from walking away. But let me remind you, healthy relationships don't make you feel like the villain. Look, if any of this sounds familiar, if you see yourself in these signs, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. You're in an emotionally abusive relationship, and the first step to getting out is admitting it to yourself. Here's what you can do. 1. Name it. Call it what it is: emotional abuse. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're immune to it. Stop making excuses for her behavior. 2. Keep a record. Write down what's happening, what she says, how it makes you feel. This will help you see the pattern of abuse and remind you that you're not imagining things. 3. Set boundaries and enforce them. Don't just talk about your limits, follow through. If she crosses a line, you walk away. No arguments, no emotional reactions, just calm detachment. And be consistent. 4. Rebuild your support system. Abusers isolate you for a reason. They don't want you to have anyone to turn to, anyone to validate your experience. So reach out to people who remind you of your worth. Friends, family, mentors, support groups. 5. Get professional help. Emotional abuse is hard to break free from, especially mentally. A coach or therapist can help you untangle the guilt, the confusion and the self-doubt that's been ingrained in you. You're not weak. You're not stupid. You're not less of a man. Emotional abuse is real, and it's hard to see when you're in the thick of it. But once you recognize it for what it is, you can start to take your power back. You can start to heal and build a healthier, happier life for yourself, with or without her. And if you need support, I offer one-on-one coaching for men going through this. You don't have to figure this out alone. If this video helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.